GM mosquito. GM mosquito. Where the trials have started? Come on. Huh? Where trial has started? Jalna. Where is Jalna? Maharashtra. Obviously, what's the purpose? Obviously, dengue and chikungunya. Okay. What exactly? Actually, there are two things in the same article which you have read in Hindu, which I am elaborating here. You have read one part of that article was about GM mosquito. Other was about the use of a bacteria, Wolbachia. Listen here. This first I will start with this. If a mosquito or insect is having this bacteria, then it does not allow the growth of virus in that mosquito. Getting it? But the problem is that mosquito, which one? Aedes aegypti. That is a different thing. This bacteria is not found in this mosquito. So there are two approaches which are being worked on. One is case of GM mosquito. Other is infecting Aedes aegypti with this bacteria so that mosquito will be alive, which is obviously a part of biodiversity. But in that mosquito, that virus which causes dengue or chikungunya will not grow. So even if it will bite human beings, obviously that will be only a temporary issue, but not the permanent issue. That will be the case. Okay. But first I will talk about GM mosquito. GM mosquito, there is one international organization known as Oxitac. They are the one who have started this, and they have brought these GM mosquitoes in cages from abroad. In this case, what they have done, here you will find that 4 alphabets RIDL, releasing insect with dominant lethal genes. Dominant, lethal, you know the meaning of the both. So what they did, they took male mosquito. Okay. And these male mosquitoes were transferred with this gene. Okay, is it okay? So that is genetically modified mosquito. Next step is these mosquitoes will be released in the environment. And when they will be released in the environment, they will be mating with the wild, obviously, female mosquitoes of the same variety, Aedes aegypti. But what will happen when the mating will happen? Don't you think this gene from this mosquito will be meeting with the genes of that female? Because of these genes, what will happen? The eggs will be there, but those eggs will be killed at the level of the larva itself. So the mosquito will not develop from those eggs with the larva. That is known as GM mosquitoes, where it will be in male mosquito. Female mosquito will not be genetically modified. Again, I am specifying things. Mating will happen. Then what will happen? The mosquitoes will be killed at the level of the larva itself. But what's the problem here? These mosquitoes will not be there in environment forever, eternity. I hope you got the point which I'm. So at regular intervals, you have to keep on releasing such mosquitoes in the environment. And that's where the question of sustainability comes. In trial phase, they may do well. But obviously, when the question in nature, obviously, it's not like, okay, fine, where are you going? I'm going to buy GM mosquito. Khatam ho gaya. Okay. So that obviously, that has to be done naturally. And that's where it is not. I hope you will not miss the point, which I'm trying to make. People are saying, this is a better approach. How it is a better approach? What will happen? In this case, that you will, if you will infect a male mosquito with Wolbachia, and if that male mosquito will mate with a mosquito without Wolbachia, what is Wolbachia? A bacteria. Then obviously mating will happen, but there will be no mosquito. That's good. And in case you will say, sir, what is vice versa? If a female, I hope this point is okay, then the problem will be stopped there itself. And the another case is, in case you infect female mosquito with Wolbachia and male mosquito is uninfected, in that case mating will be there. In that case, what will happen? That what we say, the mosquito, the larva will develop into mosquito. But what's the problem? What's the benefit over it? Not the problem. Those male mosquitoes and the female mosquitoes all will have that Wolbachia. Are getting my point? That means it will be transferred from one generation to another generation. So obviously, this is more in accordance with the ethos of biodiversity, if you see. That's one point. So this will be self-sustaining. That will be self-limiting. These 2 words, 4 words you will find. In case of GM mosquito, self-limiting. Why? Because once that generation will be killed, you have to supply it. Here, obviously, it will be passed on from generation to generation. Okay, and now you will say, sir, why that in first case? It will not be the case, because that is what we call as cytoplasmic incompatibility. Worst case scenario. What is cytoplasmic incompatibility? In that case, that bacteria induces some changes in the gametes and they become incompatible. Incompatible means the fertilization will not take place. Is it okay? This is Wolbachia approach, and that is GM. This is self-limiting. This is self-sustaining. Okay, here what the bacteria does, kills the virus. Here what happened? Larva does not grow into full-fledged mosquito. In fact, male with the RIDL. Research has been started for this. This is still in the form of research papers. You get it? But obviously, in my opinion, this is always a better approach than this. Okay, fine.